Okay, this is Dave Snape, and I am the author of the book What You Should Know About Gum Disease. And this book is currently available in digital form at the website called gingivitiskiller.com. Again, that's gingivitiskiller.com. The name of the book is What You Should Know About Gum Disease. The subtitle is A Layman's Guide to Fighting Gum Disease. And this book will be available in print version on Barnes & Noble's and Amazon's website in the next month and a half or so, perhaps sooner. But right now it is available in digital form. If you want to read the book now, you can get a digital copy of What You Should Know About Gum Disease and at the gingivitiskiller.com website. And you'll see there are some testimonials there, people thanking me for the valuable information. Let's see, in difference to my gums, my teeth look whiter, gums are pink and less puffy, and there's been no more bleeding at all. And of course, my breath is fresher even in the morning. That was from Marilla in New Zealand. Here's a lady who's concerned because her mother recently spent $11,000 replacing her teeth, the mother's teeth, and she doesn't want that to happen to her. And then you've got a practicing hygienist who wants to commend me on my information. It's great, and I hope it reaches out to many, many people. And that's Hillary, a hygienist in Pennsylvania. The reason I wrote this book is because, and this is about 248 pages, give or take. The reason I wrote this book is because I had a problem myself, and the dentist simply wanted to do what's called a scaling and root planing on me, and I really wasn't up for that. It requires 2 visits at least. Sometimes it requires 4, where they do one part of your mouth and then you come back and they do the other part. Well, they scrape down underneath the gum line to scrape tartar and plaque buildup, and I really didn't like the sound of that. So I decided to go home and try and figure out what I could do on my own, and after some research I was able to discover something, and I went back to my dentist 5 months later, and they were shocked because I never got that treatment, but yet I didn't need it any longer. So they were very surprised. I could tell by the look on their faces that they were quite shocked. And then I realized that other people need this information too, because on the low end of the spectrum, experts will tell you 40% of people suffer from gum disease, and on the high end it's 80%. So somewhere between 4 to 8 out of 10 people right now are suffering from gum disease, depending on who you talk to. That means if you line up 10 of your friends, somewhere between 4 to 8 of them will have some form of gum disease right now. And if you think about that, you put yourself in that 10, how likely is it that you might have some form of gum disease? So I am not a dentist. I'm not a doctor. I wrote this book from the layman's perspective because I felt like my dentist should have told me more about what I could do to prevent and stop this situation from progressing, but she didn't. She waited for this time to do this scaling and replaning treatment. So I went out and I found some solutions, and I've written more and more about gum disease, and finally it turned into a book. And the name of the book is What You Should Know About Gum Disease. And again, it will be available on Barnes & Noble's website in probably a month and a half, maybe a month. But the good news is if you go to gingivitiskiller.com, you can get the digital version of this book right now. And typically on this site, you will see it selling for $29, $29.99. Now, I want you to know that since you're watching this video, you don't have to pay that amount. Although that's certainly worth it, because if you think about how much it costs to get dental work done, simply getting a book for $29.99 is a good deal. And if you can afford that, go ahead and pay that price. If you are, I know times are tough economically. If you're struggling and you want to only have to pay $9 for this book, at the site gingivitiskiller.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, and you'll see the secret pricing link. And if you click on that link, you will find that the price of the book is actually only $9. So this is a book it's a download. You read it off your computer, and for $9 or $29, depending on what you want to spend, you can be reading it within the next 15 minutes. Or, I'm sorry, even 5 minutes. All you have to do to make that happen is go to the website gingivitiskiller.com. That's gingivitiskiller.com, and you can get a copy of the book right now, What You Should Know About Gum Disease, a layman's guide to fighting gum disease. This is David Snape. I wrote this book, and I wrote it because I think people really should have this information. So, thank thank you for paying attention, and I do wish you the best possible dental health. There's a lot you can do to take care of your teeth and gums that you may not be aware of and that your dentist may not have told you. And I would like very much for you to have access to that information. So have a good night, and again, I wish you the best dental health possible. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.